my God. Let me share. We're good. Are we live? Hold up. Let me see. Are we live? What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. We are here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Man, good to see everybody. How you guys doing? This is RHD Podcast, episode 132. What's up, Meds? Meds said he's taking a minute. Okay. We'll see you after the show, Meds. But, hey, good to see everybody in here. Hope you guys enjoy the show. We're going to go through a bunch of these topics, have a good conversation. Do us a huge favor. Go hit that like button and share it out. We do appreciate you guys here. And I'm going to go ahead and let everybody do their intros, and we're going to start the show. Let's go ahead and start with Mr. Messiah himself. What's up, Greg?
Hey, thanks for having me. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to the chat.
Mr. Messiah.
Everybody will be listening later, and everybody listening live. And yeah, this here. Guess if you had a good topic to talk about for a hot minute, then yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Of course, you got Carlos Fernandez. What's up, bro?
What up, gamers? Hey, episode 132. Wake up. RGT time.
Rack them up. You already know. Of course, we got Mr. Blaze.
Yo,
4K.
What up? Yo, did y'all see those Spider-Man screenshots?
Oh, we're going to get into that.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all see them shits?
Yeah,
We're going to get
that's
into
pretty
that.
good.
We're going to get
Pretty
into that,
good.
man. All right, man. So shout out to everybody here. Hope you guys enjoy the Among Us gameplay. Everybody kept asking, hey, Big Cloud, do you play anything aside from Rogue Company? Well, there you go. There's Among Us for you guys on the stream. Shout out to Jack Moving, everybody that was in the chat in there. Anyway, let's go again into this. So
I guess I'll have to join you guys in Among Us too.
It's fun.
Night.
It's the real fun of that game is just you talking shit to one another. Like, you know, it was clearly Blaze 4K. And Blaze set me up. It was funny as hell. I'm looking at the telescope. He's on the far left. He knows I don't know much about the damn game. He told us, yo, Ryan jumped off the map. I'm like, what you mean I jumped off the damn map? You can't jump off the damn map. He jumped off the map.
Nah, Big Cloud, what I did was, there's these little holes in the map, right? There's holes in all the maps or event. So I just made it up. All the pressure was on me. Everybody was looking at me as the killer, and I was the killer. And I just made it up. I'm like, yo, dog, oh shit, all right, bro, yo, emergency meeting, yo, this dude Big Cloud just jumped out of an event. I just seen him, and Big Cloud was like dazed off. He must have been high. So he's like, huh, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, Big Cloud, don't play no games, bro. We just seen you jump out of an event. And they actually listened to me and voted his ass out.
What is that?
Wow.
What?
That was funny.
So they jettison you off the ship, man.
No, what game is this? This is trash. What is this?
Among Us, bro.
It's Among Us.
It's a fun game, bro.
It's actually really, really fun for what it is. Shout out to Gamer for the $2 shit.
Is it?
He says, happy Friday. Just got
fun,
done
bro.
working. Well, welcome to the show. Share this around, guys. Appreciate you. Now, yeah. He set me up. I get kicked off the damn show, so that aggravated me because, you know, when you're a ghost, you can still do the task. I'm sitting there watching like a damn supervisor. Like, I'm on your ass. Where you going? Literally, everybody fell for the fact that he was still...
Big Cloud, you just walked by a body right now, bro. And you're not even the killer.
I know,
bro.
What?
I know.
You gotta claim the bodies as you go along, bro. Like once you see
get this off, man. This is terrible.
You know, I was still getting used to the game.
Nah, it's not terrible, Craig. You gotta try it, man. You gotta jump.
It's fun. It's fun when you play it with friends. It's fun.
Yo, Craig, if you're just looking at the gameplay, you're gonna think it looks weird.
That is weird looking.
I thought the same shit, but when you play it and you lie your ass off to win, it's funny.
It's like the perfect game of
No, well, it's a perfect Xbox game. You got a lot.
It's like Clue. It's like Clue. Like the board game Clue. You gotta.
Yeah, I don't think it's Clue. No, I don't think that's the perfect representation. You know what it's like? It's like that movie, The Thing. Remember how The Thing has to legit lie to get by the people? Because basically what you are. You're like an alien. You got to kill everybody, you know, when you're the imposter. Yep. That's kind of what it is. That's pretty cool. What's up, Hans? All right, so let's go and get into these topics. Now everybody's warmed up. Everybody's laughing, joking. Let's have some fun. So we got some confirmation that came out for Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is running at dynamic 4K. Now, of course, you guys see the actual title of the thumbnail and, of course, the actual stream itself. This is going to be an ongoing question that I have for you guys in the chat who's watching, but also the panel. Did you guys notice this out the bat? Could you guys even tell the difference that this was dynamic 4K from actual 4K? Now, this is going to become a meme because going into next gen, we're seeing more games kind of coming out, and they're being 1440p. For example, Demon's Souls has 2 game modes, or 2 particular graphics modes, and I forgot to clarify that when I did my video on it, but it has 2 graphics modes. One is 1440p, and the other is actual 4K. So again, in the gameplay that we saw when we first saw the official gameplay, that was running at 1440p. So the question for all of you, can you tell the difference between 1440p and 4K? Let's go ahead and start with Mr. The Messiah. What's up, Red Hood?
Yeah, the answer is if you're at 4K and 1440p at the same graphical settings, you can. But if you have 1440p at high and ultra settings, and you have 4K at low and or at medium settings, the 1440p picture is going to look better. Graphics is not resolution. Everybody had said, myself included, that most of if you're going to have a FPS mode on these consoles, you're going to have to take something away. It's just like people were saying. Everybody here said if they're going to turn on ray tracing, they're going to probably have to turn down resolution. I mean, all that was known. There were a bunch of, like I said, there was a bunch of lying hypocrites out there who thought, I am sorry, this game looks trash. I mean, I'm just looking at this, but all right, but this dude's got a hat on that says Cloud. Like, what are you doing? I mean, what are we doing?
Obviously. Why are you hating on my character? What's wrong with my character?
You're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
What's wrong with my character? Nah.
But no, it's I didn't know what it was. What is this? But it just look. Everybody knows this, and the Unreal Game Engine demo was 1440p, but they had 8K textures. Okay, nobody had they not told people that was 1440p, nobody would have ever known. I mean, nobody would have ever known. So, but they
Big Cloud, I called that. Did I not call it was 1440?
You did.
Yeah, and if it's dynamic, that means at some point it'll hit 4K.
I think he was like, but I'm a little suspicious. I think you said that immediately. You was like, yeah, okay, that looks like it's 1440. When it got to the part when he swung the sword, that's what you said. It.
Yeah. Listen. To a regular casual Joe, they're not going to tell the difference. But
yeah.
You know why they're not going to tell the difference? Because not only is your console upscaling your image, your TV's upscaling your image to 4K if you got a 4K TV or monitor. Secondly, when you're looking at a 1440p image, you can if you really sit there and look at it, bro, it's not as sharp, okay? It's a little softer. The image is softer, much softer. You can tell, man. When a 4K native image comes out, it's nice and sharp. It punches, everything punches out. But the 1440p image is still very sharp and it still looks incredible, but look, if you're not trained to it, you're really not going to notice the difference. Trust me, especially, like I said, with everything upscaling to 4K. But what I want to say is, look, nowadays, even on PC, you're seeing everything running with NVIDIA DLSS, okay? And so that dynamic 4K mode are starting to look better than actual 4K native. So I don't want to hear it now that PlayStation's doing dynamic 4K mode. All of a sudden, it's not good enough. It don't look good. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. So I'm telling you, all these games we're going to see that are 1440p, 4K, dynamic 4K, they're all going to look great. That's all I can say about that.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
Let me shout out some people real quick. Shout out to Hustle and Motivate. It's my dude right there. Shout out to you. He says, he tried to file a super chat. He says, thanks for the help last night. Big Cloud, you the real MVP. It's no problem, bro. It's no problem. Glad you like your banner and everything. And also, shout out to the man about tech, the one and only Viper. He dropped another $5. He said, 1 month to go. He's referring to, of course, the inevitable PlayStation 5. So
hey, I don't have one, so to me it's just a normal month. But before Carlos goes, I just want to add on to what Blaze just said. Because a lot of people don't. I know what people are doing. They're sugar picking and all that kind of stuff. But the generational leap isn't in resolution. It's in graphics and FPS next gen. That's what your generational leap is. And we all have games right now on the consoles that are 1440p. We all have games on the consoles that are dynamic resolution or 1800p and checkerboarded. So that the checkerboarding will be better
and 4K native.
Yeah, and 4K native. Yeah, so so the next step was to bring bring that down and catch the graphics up and to get the frame rates better. So that's what you're going to see for the most part. For the most part. So, but Ratchet & Clank being dynamic 4K, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't care. I was more shocked at how they're streaming all those assets onto the screen. That's a bigger deal to me, the technology. But everybody's different. It's different strokes for different folks. So
okay, yeah. So who didn't go? Carlos, did you go? Oh, go ahead. Go right ahead.
All right. Now, as everyone else has been stating, yes, dynamic render. Let's start with the basics. Right? I've been gaming on 1440p for the past 3 years. Right? I have put screenshots on certain aspects on Twitter just to showcase, what it looks like on PC when you have all the high settings and ultra settings set up. And I've actually asked individuals, quote unquote fanboys, to put up their best representation from their 4K images on the Xbox. Thus far, nobody has done anything to prove otherwise. Let's put it this way. From a visual standpoint, not a lot of people are going to notice the differences between a 4K rendered image and a 1440p rendered image. It's just the basis of how the illusion is played through your eyes. And quite frankly, I really don't care if it's 1440p, 1800p. Just give me a good visual representation of textures, tessellation, ambient occlusion, and for God's sakes, no more motion blur. I just want a clean looking image with great textures, great foliage, everything just turned on. 4K is a nice visual representation. 4K is a nice visual representation when you want to really show everything. If you really want to put better images in better draw distance. But quintessentially, when you put two images of the same settings, you really can't tell that much of a difference. Not unless if you downscale to 1080p to 720p, then you're going to see a majority of differences. You're going to see how the textures and how everything, even the lines on the character, you're going to see a little bit of jagginess.
Okay.
So in respectively speaking, like you really are going to see very defined games for next gen running on next gen hardware, which is what we're buying these consoles for. To see next gen visuals, next gen performance. That we're going to get 4K on everything. We said this plenty of times on the RGT podcast a while back. We're not going to see the same. We're not going to see PC mid-tier spec level based performance out of these consoles because we're going to see limitations.
Mm-hmm.
And henceforth, you're going to see a lot of games that are not going to perform up to par with 4K. You're going to have 1800p, 1720p, and so forth. So, people, just enjoy the games.
Yeah.
And enjoy the representation of art that is being translated into those images. Don't worry about 4K this, 4K. Like, it doesn't really change the aspect of the design of the game. It's just a visual representation at the end of the day.
All right. So, like I said before, what you're getting for PS5, even before we even got into the overall confirmed specs, I expect more refinements. I expect higher visuals and higher texture counts and whatnot. And that's basically what they're giving you. Now, to put this in layman's terms, I talk about this all the time, the I/O throughput, which everybody's probably tired of hearing me talk about, but it goes back into what they're going for. The I/O throughput of PS5 with the architecture, this allows them to stream in more assets, which is why, they, you know, in the Unreal Engine demo we saw, they were streaming in 8K textures, and they were doing all that in real time on the actual hardware. So games are going to look phenomenal, even if they were 1440p. And what Sony's trying to do with PS5 is essentially blur the lines between, you know, 1440p and 4K and give you an insane image while also maintaining that promise of what? High performance. So you're seeing that in a bunch of games. Some games are, some games are 120 frames per second and others are 60. And also they're still maintaining on the promise as well of 4K. This is why both games, well, really, it looks like all games are going to have this double mode, which I do like now, and this is a good thing. You have an option. So if you really want 4K, if you can't live without 4K, you'll have an option for 4K, but they'll also have a performance mode. And that's the thing I'm really excited for is the performance mode, because I'm telling you guys, once you go 60 over 30, you ain't going back to 30. That's the thing, too. I'm telling you. So that's the beauty of the whole thing. Yeah, that's the beauty.
Right. It's what has happened is you've had people come on, not on this podcast, and tell you that these consoles are going to be more powerful than a 2080, a 2070. These consoles are about it would be a 2060 on steroids. That's what you're getting. So you're getting that's if you're looking at NVIDIA stuff, you're looking at, because AMD is not targeting the 2080. Okay, they're not. You know, they are with their PCs, with their RDNA 2. That's why the 3070 card got held back. Like, got held back in third grade. It's like, here, you got to take on AMD. You know, because we got to have an option, because they're going to target the 2080 with their new car line. But you guys, you all have all said it here. You said it on different podcasts. Big Cloud, you said it multiple times on different podcasts. And that's what we're going to get. And I promise you right now, if you look at the Unreal demo engine, that if you look at that again on a 4K TV, I'm still amazed by what I saw. I still can't believe what I saw.
Yeah, it can easily pass for 4K for what they've given you, the visual representation. And that's another thing, too.
We're getting 8K textures, bro.
8K textures and 1440p. But you know what's also interesting? If we were to compare this to a game that's already confirmed to be 4K, because remember, we have games currently on the current gen systems, right, that are 4K. We have games currently on there. Why is that a game that's 1440p and even a tech demo that's 1440p with these techniques and, you know, which I do believe they have their own form of DLSS and some kind of variant that they're rocking with this console. But with that effect and these type of improvements, why are we getting this insane crisp visual that is putting to shame games that are running at true 4K? Hell, even Halo Infinite was running at what? 4K. And yet... that's the thing, you know, the visual representation is,
but you guys understand, you guys are watching a YouTube video and saying, you're watching a YouTube, don't matter even if that YouTube video is at 4K, it don't matter, bro. YouTube compresses the fuck out of these videos, bro.
That's true.
So it's like we can't really even see until we sit down on our own TVs and look at it ourselves. But what I will say is, you can run, I've seen some guys say, 2080 Ti can't even do 4K 60 with ray tracing. No, it can absolutely do it, but you're going to have to lower all the settings under the moon, but it can do it. That's the problem. Just because an image is 4K doesn't mean it's that your game is going to look better than someone else's. Because if you're going to lower everything to run it at 4K and have a good, decent frame rate, then it's really not going to look good. It doesn't matter if the resolution's 4K. If the textures and everything else is lowered down to fucking low and medium, and he's running at high at 1440p, I guarantee you his game is going to look better. Period.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right, Blaze. That's I've never understood this. Resolution isn't graphic. As we said, the 1440p on the Unreal Engine was with 8K textures. That's what makes it stand out. Was the 8K textures, not the final resolution.
Right.
You know,
it was the presentation, how it looked.
Yeah,
it could easily pass for 4K easily.
Yeah,
that was the thing. Yeah.
And I've said it here before, if you give me a console that does 1440p 60 with high and ultra graphics settings, I'll buy that console. I don't care who makes it. I will try to get my hands on that console. So, and like you said, Big Cloud, people screaming options and we want choices. We're going to have performance, and if you just can't live without your radio of 4K and being 4K native, you're going to have 4K native. Okay, it's already been said. But yeah, I want to see Avengers and play that at 60 frames a second. I played the demo. I'm like, yeah, I'll this at 60. So but I can wait for it. It's not gonna hurt me. Well, it will in a way when I see you guys unboxing and playing. That will hurt me.
Could he use a HDMI 1.4 to 2.1 adapter to get the 120 frames on his 144 hertz monitor for the PS5? Odds are that probably will not work at all.
HDMI not work. You need a certified.
Yeah, it's technically all it is 1.4 still.
Yeah,
it's the signal. It's the signal.
You need a 2.0 a 2.0B to actually do 120.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been stated that you need a 2.0B HDMI rated cable to actually run 120 frames per second at 4K.
Yep.
Bro, whoever asked that, it's just who was that?
It's Itzlin.
Dude, listen to me. With all these adapters and bullshit, bro. Look, just fucking rock with the monitor you got until you can afford to get something better. All these adapters, anything you add on to your any adapters you add is always gonna add some sort of latency or input or some bullshit that's not gonna put the image in properly, and you're gonna get artifacts. Just get a new monitor, or whenever you can afford that, whatever. I don't know what your situation is.
Yeah, if you don't have a 2.1, I mean, your PS5 will still work with your TV fine. You'll have your graphics and everything.
You'll be at 4K 60.
You just be live, just 4K 60, no issues. But if you want the 120, hertz and all that shit, you would need 2.1. But again,
HDMI.
That's the only thing that you're really not going to get out of the system. Everything else you'll have access to, the fast loading times, the insane visuals, depending on your TV. Like I'm rocking the Acer Predator X27 when I'm doing all these testing, and games look phenomenal, even at 1440p. And I was going to bring that up too in this video here, because I dropped my resolution when we was playing Rogue. It was funny. Running the game at 4K is spectacular. I do it for the videos and everything, but when I dropped it to 1440p with the exact same, settings for the textures and everything, damn near looked night and day, the same. And what's funny? I got more performance out of it. That's the funny thing. So it's like,
well, of course you're gonna get
higher frame rate.
You need to be running at 1440p on Rogue Company. You can probably manage 60 FPS
but you don't really need to be running at 4K. It's not necessary for the game.
Bro, that type of game, man, you drop it to 1440p, it's gonna perform better. It's gonna feel better, bro. Yeah.
It doesn't feel sluggish. It doesn't feel nothing. You just legit have a more smoother experience. But I'm telling you, like, again, 1440p. That difference is not, if you guys think it's like a night and day, the only way for you to see like if it's night and day is when you zoom in. This is where Digital Foundry and all these videos that do this analysis really come into play. You notice how they zoom in 300 to 600%, and you see either artifacting or you'll see like pixelization in the far draw distance. I think that's the proper term for it, right? Draw distance in the outside the map, stuff like that with the detail. You see that type of stuff. And you're not going to notice that when you're playing it yourself. But
Big Cloud, again, you got that monitor.
Pictures on the screen. Yeah.
You got that monitor, you have best of both worlds. If you want to place on that 4K, you can. If you want to drop it to 14, you can. That's the best thing about getting a 4K monitor, because you can always change the resolution. You're not stuck at 4K. And the other thing I want to say is I can absolutely tell the difference. On a monitor, it becomes increasingly harder because everything's so sharp and compact and small. But if I put when I pump my PC out to my TV at 1440p and it's playing at 120 hertz because there's no HDMI 2.1 on my RTX 2080 Ti, I can absolutely tell that it's 1440p and not 4K. But it's not a crazy difference where it's bothering me. It still looks really sharp. It still looks really good.
Exactly.
But on a bigger screen, you appreciate the 4K native opposed to a small one.
That is true. You say get the Series. Guessing you mean Series S or he said Series X. Well, if you mean Series S, Series S, I'm not sure how long that's really going to be supported. To be honest with you, because you're looking at their big, heavier budget games like Hellblade 2 and a few others, you notice there's only one console legit listed for that, and that is the Series X. So it's kind of interesting to see how they play with the Series S in the long run. But I don't know. It's really up to you. What's up, Jackie? But yeah, it's interesting to see in the long term.
Well, what's the X listed at? What?
You know, the S, when the S is 1440p max.
Yeah.
And the X is obviously the 4K premium machine.
Right.
Yeah, and their future games, if you look at like stuff like Hellblade 2, if you look at Avowed, and what was that other game, Everwild and stuff like that, it had Xbox Series X and all that listed on the, you know, games it's coming to, but it didn't really list Series S. So a lot of people, a lot of people are interested.
That was a secret for a long time, though, right? We didn't really know about what it was going to cost. We knew it was coming, but we didn't know what it was going to cost. So maybe that's why they didn't put it on. I don't know.
I don't know, though. It's a little, you know what I mean? I don't know.
It's a little
we'll
weird.
See.
That
we'll
right
see.
There's a little weird.
Yeah, we'll see how well that S does. That's for sure. We'll see how well it does.
I mean, down the line, I think they're gonna actually port the games to the S, you know, at a lower resolution. So
yeah,
they might just want to showcase the X because the situation right now, there's no games running on it but older back-compatible games.
Yo, are we gonna touch upon the X at all?
Yeah. Let's touch it a little bit. Let's
get on this. Let's get on that. So right now, everybody's giving their impressions on it. A few people actually got the system to test out and basically show off the features. From what I've seen, it's pretty damn seamless. It's pretty good for what we saw. They were running the back and pack games on the Xbox Series X. They were also running, obviously, the UI, showing how smooth it is. They were showing you the new, what is it called, Smart Resume? Is that what it's called? Where you can legit go to different games at the very second that you left it at. Is that what it's called, Smart Resume?
Quick resume or something,
or was it Quick Resume?
Whatever it was, yeah.
Quick resume. So they everybody who pretty much tried this out has showcased it. Like Jeff Grubb, he showcased it. I think Dealer got sent one as well. He did a video on it. Got one.
Austin
Evans got one.
Yeah, Austin Evans, my bad.
Yeah, so if you everybody pretty much who was big in supporting Xbox, even Alana Pierce was sent one along with Young Ye. So
and today I actually I watched his YouTube channel. It's a British guy by the name Tech Chap. He actually got a Series X and he showed off, you know, the quick resume while playing Red Dead Redemption 2. He did some load times and they were pretty decent. They wasn't really that bad, but they were fast. They were way more faster, at least 60% faster than the One X in terms of loading. So it's a big improvement.
Yeah.
I want to see new games.
Definitely a cool improvement, especially when they made this loud and clear that majority of the games that they included with the back and pat, they weren't optimized for the system at all. So they were just showing you the natural, you know, upgrade the hardware. Yeah. And
they're showing games that were unlocked, that had unlocked uncapped frame rates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something, Doug. As a PlayStation guy, like, and you PlayStation guys in the chat, I don't give a fuck. You know, look, I even say, "Oh, cool, that's cool, Xbox. Y'all can keep your old games and blah." Look, if you could tell me right now that I could play Killzone 2, okay, at 60 FPS, at 4K, I would take all, bro. You know how much I would, bro. You know how dope that would be to play Killzone 1, 2, 3, all the Resistance games at 4K 60, bro. Come on, bro. Like that, you guys can't act like that. Like it, bro. You cannot act like that's not a dope feature, bro. I would kill to have Killzone 2 right now at 4K 60. Are you serious? Just for having a new console? Like, yo, that's a big deal. Yo, that quick resume. I felt like PlayStation did that with something like you could get out the game and go right back into it. They have some feature like that. I forgot what they call it. Somebody in chat say, but that quick resume is impressive, bro. This dude did 6 games, bro. He went into Forza, jumped into Red Dead, jumped into Crackdown, then jumped in, bro, and there was all right back to the same spot. And the loading time was a big difference as well. But, bro, being able to play older 360 games, you might not think it's a big deal for you. But as a guy that owns 360 games, and being able to put in an old game and have it run at 60 and at a better resolution, bro, and that's not even unoptimized. That's just random games that have uncapped frame rates, bro.
Yep.
Imagine what they're going to do when they actually take the time to say, all right, we're going to target this game and make sure it runs better. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's where that team, remember they had like a separate team doing that for Xbox One X games? Should I remember that for Back and Pat? That's where that separate team's work really comes into play. Because remember, they unlocked a lot of the potential of some of these games for Xbox One X. So yeah, you'll see that in the newer ones. He says, what monitors should we be getting for next-gen systems?
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're trying to get a gaming monitor for a next-gen system, I would wait, honestly.
Yeah.
I honestly would wait. Because the newer monitors, especially the LG, right, Blaze? The LG ones, those aren't out yet for the HDMI 2.1. No, he asked what kind of monitors to get for the new consoles. I'm telling him
the HDMI, the HDMI 2.1 monitors, I don't believe they actually hit the market yet in masses yet. I think there might be a few out there, but you know, either you get a TV or you wait. And they're gonna listen. These monitors, the monitor I got cost $2,000, and it's not even HDMI 2.1. Okay, the next monitor, the same one that's gonna come out 27 inches, is gonna be $4,000. So just let y'all know that it's not gonna be cheap.
Yeah,
no, that's
unless
not a cheap
you can get a value. He can get a value with LG though. LG will have a better.
Yeah, if he goes for OLED, he'll be fine.
You go with OLED.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can get an OLED
because
TV.
me and Blaze got the same price monitor here. He's got the Asus. What's it called? Asus what? ROG Swift. Okay, what's the name of the model number? Was it PE?
The PG27UQ.
Yeah, he's got that one. I got the Acer Predator X27. So
yeah.
And both these monitors we spent $2,000 for, and ironically, they're not HDMI 2.1. They're just insane beast. But you guys should probably hear it in the background. I don't know if you can hear Blazes if Blazes is revving up. Is yours revving up? They have these big fans in the back to like cool off the HDR.
The HDR and G-Sync module. But look, it don't matter. Like, we bought these monitors. Like, oh, why would you spend that? It's not the point, because we're running with DisplayPort, right? We're using our PC and we're running DisplayPort. DisplayPort has no limitation. We can run it at 4K, 120 hertz, don't matter. And the dude that was in the chat that asked about, I just want to get to him because I seen it. I thought I could help him. He said, "Hey, BitCloud, so that 2.1 port is just for 124 hertz at 4K because I have a 1080p 144 hertz monitor." Blaze, don't roast me, LOL. Yeah, look, the limitation of HDMI 2.0 is running at 4K 120 hertz. You can run it at 1440p 120. You can run it at 1080p 120. It's the 4K part that you're gonna get stuck at. That's the limitation with HDMI 2.0.
You're not gonna be able to use 4K.
But at 1080p,
you might just
do whatever you want.
Yeah, you'll be rocking it out. But can I add to something Blaze just said about the Xbox? Right. To me, it just you got two different fan bases. There's no way in hell I want to go back and play old games with new tech. But that's just me. What I've had to do is just like, well, everybody is not me. So I'm not knocking what Xbox is doing with their console. It makes sense for them to show a bunch of old games because they have nothing new to show. That's the reality. They have nothing new to show. So they're going to show a bunch of old stuff. It would be great. Shout out to, I think it was Carlos. I think maybe it was you on Twitter that said, "Where are the new games?" You're right. Where are your new games? So do you want to lay down with some old poon, or you want some new poon? It's just either way you're getting some poon. So
they're gonna get new. They got
that's fine, and that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not saying that they're not, but when you look at it. Yeah, when you look at it, here's the way I look at it. The top multi-plat games coming out this year, they're going to look and be running about the same, give or take. Okay, so that's canceled out. So you're just, and Austin, you all brought up Austin Evans. He actually got the question, why buy an Xbox Series X when there are no games coming out specifically for it? He agreed. So, that's just his opinion. So, and he even said the technology will get cheaper. You're able to find one in the second market. But the reason you're getting an Xbox is to enjoy the older library at unlocked frame rates. Now they're going to be locked. Some games are going to look and run better. They've shown that. And the reason you're getting the PS5 is to play new games. That's it. It's not that it won't play your old PS4 games, but you're going to be You want to play the new Demon
Yeah,
Souls.
but let's not act like there's not, there's a bunch of dudes. I got a video on my channel, guys, if you can check it out. These dudes that were standing in line for Xbox pre-orders. And I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, I'm not PS5. He's like, no, I don't play PS5. I'm like, what? So why are you buying this X? What's the deal? He's like, bro, the apps. They got SoundCloud. PS5 don't. They got HBO Max. PS5. I'm like,
okay.
Bro,
No, you're right.
I was mind fucked, right? And he's like, and the party chat limit is 100 and yours is 16. Even though I think PlayStation's changing that now. But the point I'm trying to make is a lot of these dudes, Xbox dudes, are playing multi-plat, dude. They want to play, wherever their friends are at, they don't even care, bro.
That is true.
You're right. You're right. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how you can sit in a party chat with 100 people, though. That's how I don't get that.
Well, yeah, and I don't know what it's like.
I mean, we be in Discord all the time with mini mics, and we have like 20 people, and it's like, bro, you can't hear nobody. Like, come on. But anyway, we'll just say, my bad. I mean, catch up.
Well, no, I was just saying. I mean, I don't know what it's like to play to get something because that's what all my friends have. I mean, I don't follow that logic at all. But with that said, it doesn't matter. It's your money. Go ahead and buy it. I play old games on my PC. I'm trying to get the PS5 to have new experiences. I can go back and play all these Xbox games on PC, whether it's Gears 1 or Gears 5 or whatever game they got. Splinter Cell, all that. I can go to another library, whether it's GOG or GRG or GRG. Epic Store. Yeah, Epic Store. I can go to those stores, Origin, and get Steam. And get all those games. There's no reason for me to have that. But like I said, it's two different people playing, and I don't know why people can't just let it go at that. You're consuming the same media differently than each other. You're at the same restaurant, but you're eating from two different grills. And the Sony grill is got newer games. Period. That's their forte. Demon Souls and just all these games that are coming out are going to be new experiences that versus Xbox is giving you some old experiences. And look, that's fine. There's nothing wrong either way with it. So, okay. But the whole thing of having 5 games running, like to me, I would never have 5 games running. So to me, the suspension and come back, I'm like, well, that's just not a big deal to me. But is it nice technology? Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you're playing Crackdown and say you two were playing Crackdown, Blaze of Good Power playing Crackdown, and I'm like, hey, let's jump into something else. That'd be fine.
That feature's gonna be dope for those who do live streams, like a lot of live stream gamers. You know what I'm talking about? Like you guys who
could
play,
be, yeah.
That's gonna be a dope feature for them. Like if they play like Rainbow Six, for example, competitive, like Wings of Redemption.
Yeah, good point.
And did they just Call of Duty and then other ones? Yeah.
And another thing is that the Facebook gaming right now, that is trash. So if Xbox and Microsoft and Facebook can work together to get that to work good, bravo. Because Facebook gaming right now, if you try to set that up, and I've got a Facebook gaming account, it's trash. Okay, it's just difficult to use. It's difficult to put onto OBS. You got to do all these extra steps. It's a pain in the ass. But if they can fix that, bravo. I mean, it's just let them do it, But yeah, call me, wake me up, honey, when the baby's about to come out, when your new games are here. Well, whether it's Hellblade 2 or whatever, a Valve, something from Bethesda, that's when I'm going to be interested in Xbox. But it's not that it's bad technology. It's just, I'm waiting on the PlayStation. I'll be maybe waiting for a while.
All right. Shout out to Jackie. Real quick. Hold on, was that? Let me get Jackie real quick. Shout out to Jackie. If you dropped a $10 super chat, he said, podcast is awesome. So shout out to you. Appreciate you. Glad you enjoy. And also shout out to Gamer. He says, I got no friends, so I'm PS5 all the way. So he's shouting you out there. Now, what you about to say, Carlos? What's up?
All right. Touching on the whole backwards compatibility issue, I understand perfectly well what Blaze is going on with the whole upscaling of the games and making them look visually better, but
better.
I don't find that and run better. But for me, I don't find that to be an advantage of any set reason. I just find it to be more of a nostalgic base once in a while thing that you'll do. Because I still have my PS1, I still have my PS2, I still have my Xbox 360. All right, I have all those old hardware consoles that play the very same games, not upscaled, but will play them in the same resolution. So yes, it's a good thing to have in terms of if you don't have those older gen consoles to run those games, it's a good thing to have it. But for a person like me, I don't do generational leaps. I keep what I buy for a specific reason. And this is for that set reason. I don't want to spend $500 on a newer gen console to go back into my backlog, play the games that I've already beaten, just to say, okay, it looks visually better. Because at the end point, you want to see what that console does. Does it give you 4K 120? Does it provide you with the best visuals on the market? And that's where I think that the Series X falls short to the PS5. Yes, that the PS5 and Sony are having problems with backwards compatibility and making sure that they're putting the message across the board as to why and how they're going to do it. Yes, I get that. And a lot of people are pissed off at Sony for that. But at the same time, like, what's the point of playing Red Dead Redemption 1 on 4K settings when you can still do that on PC through an emulator as well? So it really defeats the purpose.
That's not the same, bro. It's not. Look, Carlos, look.
For me, it defeats.
No, I know, but look, I'm a guy like you that has all the. I have my PS2, I have my PS3, I have my 360, I have all that.
I got problems.
But guess what, bro? Carlos, who in the fuck wants to hook up all these consoles when I can have just one console that can play a whole fucking skew of generations? One console can play my 360, my Xbox games, and it's not just that they look better, right? They're running at 60 FPS, bro, and it's in one box. I don't need to hook up my 360. I don't need to hook. I can use my original disc. I don't need to do none of that. Think about it. You can use your original disc, put it in the Xbox, and have it run. Period.
Now, let's talk about.
Don't forget who you're talking to, bro. You're talking to a Sony god. So just
PS2 ran 95% of its library at 60 frames per second. PS1, 1990 games, okay? 99, 98, 97, 96 all ran 60 FPS on its older PlayStation games. So the 60 FPS thing has been going on for years with Sony. Xbox is just capitalizing.
Not all the games were 60 FPS, but yeah, okay.
Not all of them. Not all of them are 60 FPS, but you have a majority of the games that ran on the older hardware at 60 FPS. So the 60 FPS thing, it's a give or take depending on the game itself and the optimization. So
360 though, but 360 and PS3 we know for a fact that all of them fucking ran under 30, not even 30, under 30.
Under 30.
I think you two need to be on that show. What was that show called? Hoarders?
Bro, I'm not justifying a $500. I'm not justifying that. Carlos, I'm not saying that it's justified, Carlos. I'm just saying that you can't say that's not a great feature, bro. Why not? It's an added feature. It's an added benefit. That's all.
It's a feature that's been done before on the PS2 and PS3. That's all I'm saying. So it's not really something.
It's been done, Carlos.
Oh, I have to.
Well, Carlos, it's been done, but not like this. It hasn't been done where that my PS3 didn't make
Atari had it back in the 80s.
Okay, but bro, my PS3 didn't make my 1080p game run at 4K, did it? No. It didn't make my 30 FPS game run at 60, did it? No. This is different though. You know what I mean?
Quintessentially, you're still playing the same game. You're still gonna play.
Okay, but how many games did you play back? But Carlos, I hear you. But how many games did you play back in the day? And you're like, wow, this runs like shit and looks like shit.
Oh, plenty of games I've run like.
That's what I'm saying, and you might have skipped it. I'm not. Look, bro, Carlos, I understand. Look, you buy a next gen console to play next gen games. I get it, bro. 100%. Fuck all that. I hear you. 100%. I agree with you actually. But what I'm saying, bro, you can't say it's not a great addition to it. You can't say, why wouldn't you want PlayStation to add that? Why not? Fuck it. You can play all your PS3 games in one console. That's great, bro. Wow.
I would like it, but we already know the development issues with the PS3. So I can't expect
Disclaimer:
them to say
RGT Podcast, episode 132. It's not sponsored by the show Hoarders. I'm just throwing that out there,
bro. But hold on. The whole I hear this whole.
You can't compare the cell emulation chip to the
okay, but Carlos,
x86 chip for the PS4.
Where's the money?
It's different architecture.
If Joe Schmo can have a 360 PS, they already got Last of Us and all these other games running on emulation already on PC. They're not running great, but if
that's where the solution.
But hold on, but they're not running
That's
great.
where
So
the solution is at.
But Carlos, if one of these regular guys like me and you can figure out how to fucking make their games run, then why can't Sony figure it out? That's all I'm saying. Think about that. If a regular Joe like me and you
we both know the cost to those cell chips, bro, and it wasn't cheap for Sony to come up with that money, man. That's the reason why they're not going back into it as much as before. I would understand that everybody wants to play their backlog library on the PS5, but
all in one. That's all I'm saying. All in one. Having one console run all your shit like a PC. See my PC? I can play Dead Space 2 at 4K maxed out, and it looks better than half of these games out.
That's the difference, bro. We got PCs. These are consoles. We're gonna see limitations.
Well, technically, we can't use that as a cop out no more, can we not? I mean, they pretty much
are
PCs in
the
box. Yeah, it's x86. The moment we heard x86 for PS4, and they went on from that, they pretty much became little laptops.
No, they do. But and then on top of that, remember the licensing for those games as well. They might have issues with those licenses as well.
Yeah,
because most of those companies, Ukes is no longer in function. That you can phase that out.
Rest in peace to the best wrestling games from Ukes.
So you got a lot of companies from those eras that did not future-proof their copyrights. They have either sold the rights to another company, or simply just didn't want to sell the IP to anybody else and kept the intellectual properties for themselves, and will not give it up. So there's a lot of stipulations to the backwards compatibility with the Sony side. As for Xbox, we already know that they have a good relation with most of these companies, and these companies are willing to support them in order to make those games function on their platform. That's where the limitations are at. I'm not saying that is not going to happen. At some point in time, we might see Sony come up with a solution for the PS3, but for the time being, we don't know ourselves.
I just think people got to really understand that backwards compatibility is only being talked about
everybody's saying what's up to you guys in the chat, by the way.
Oh, what's happening? It's just being talked about because that's all they got. If they didn't have a bunch of new games that were about to roll out, that they wouldn't be talking about that, you're wrong.
Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Let's not go down that slippery slope. There's one thing.
Right, bro.
No, it's true, but there's one thing. Wait a second. There's one thing. There was one narrative that just went in complete reverse. And y'all remember they were going up this steep hill with it. I know Craig remembers this because they kept talking about it. Remember, exclusives were what?
Oh, anti-consumer.
Now all of a sudden we're hyping up exclusivity because of Bethesda.
You're right. But again, if they had Hellblade 2, even if they were going to PC day and day, if they had Hellblade 2, if they had Avowed, if they had something that was ready to go this fall, if they had Halo, if Halo was ready to go, you would not be hearing a whole lot about backwards compatibility. It's something that it's the only thing they got. That's it. That's my whole point. Wake me up, honey. Wake me up when your water breaks, so we got to go to the hospital.
Yo, shout out to the best spot, Kid Smooth. That's the homie. But Smooth had me wild. He was like, Bethesda makes some of the trashiest games in history. Then as soon as it gets confirmed that they're exclusive to Xbox, he's like, "Oh, these games are great. I can't wait to support these." I was like, "Yo, Smooth, stop, bro. Stop."
Yo, the only two best IPs from Bethesda have always been Skyrim and Doom, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Their Oblivion series, Oblivion and Morrowind, that was good too.
Fallout is a huge IP, whether you like it or not. It's a big IP.
That's true. Yeah.
Fallout was trash.
It is.
Fallout 76 was trash.
Absolutely.
Fallout 3,
it's still a big IP.
Fallout 3 was good.
Yeah.
Fallout
And
3
New
put
Vegas
the best.
Weren't they banning people for
New Vegas is
76
the
for
shit,
going
bro.
through doors or some shit like that? It was like doors in the map that the
Yo,
developers
bro.
put in there.
I don't know.
That
That's
game
For,
was
for 76,
100%,
it was like
man.
some door, that glitch door, and they like if you go through this glitch door
Yo,
that they seemingly put in the game, you get banned or some shit. It was dumb for 76. Granted, I
what
talked to
earned
somebody who's
the
still
name
playing it though.
Buggy
Apparently it's
Bethesda.
better. Yeah, apparently
Oh, no,
it's
it's
gotten
been-
a lot better.
It's been optimized a little bit slightly better than what it was due to the mod community. Because let's be honest, the mod community actually saved Fallout 76. So
They Fallout 3.
Bethesda was
too.
Bethesda. Yep. Bethesda was only Bethesda back in the 90s. Okay, let's be honest. It was good in the 90s.
Yeah, I missed the
2000s,
EA from the
they
90s
had-
because they gave me Nightfire 007. I'm just saying.
When it came to the 2000s, Doom 3, when it came out for the Xbox, bro, I was blown away how this game looked on the Xbox.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
I get you.
But then down the line, it just started to water down little by little. Yes, it is a great acquisition for Microsoft. We're not knocking. We're not knocking. My thing is this, right? Before you count eggs before they hatch, see the results first. See what Bethesda is going to provide for the Xbox before saying is a major victory. Remember, this is a $7.5 billion acquisition. If it turns to be a miss, do you know how embarrassing that would be for the Xbox brand? That would be a great embarrassment.
They can't miss with its software.
I don't think they're gonna.
They can't.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
And that's the thing that really needs to be emphasized.
Yeah,
yes,
I get you that.
Great
yeah.
acquisition. Starfield, we don't even know what the hell Starfield is, and we got people going, "Oh,
It's an RPG in space.
In space, it's their version of Star Citizen.
Our Citizen."
It's what it is. It's
Yeah.
going to be their version of Star Citizen. And the thing is that the people who are bitching in the Sony community about not maybe being able to play those games, Neil Druckmann said the next game he would love Naughty Dog to make is a space game. So they'll just make their own version of Starfield. I mean, that's better
But
anyway.
I don't find it to be a necessity for me to get mad at Microsoft for purchasing Bethesda.
Oh, you did, but
like listen, like I know.
Hold on, Chris B. People thought Fallout 76 would have missed. Fallout 76 was scrutinized from the beginning. People thought like, what is this shit? No NPCs.
That game was pure garbage.
Oh, shout out to Chris.
That
Shout out
game
to
had
Chris
so
B.
many bugs in it. It was pure garbage.
Yeah, it was trash.
It was buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
City
but now
made a
people got
better
upset
game
about
than-
it. And Neil Druckmann said that he wants Naughty Dog to look at making a space game. So guess what? They can make their own version of Starfield, or you can just get a PC that way that
play it on
guarantees
Game
to
Pass.
play all their games. So
That's kind of what they want though. That's kind of like the ace card they got us all at right there. Like they kind of want shit.
Is a game as Xbox is no longer the Xbox console. It's more the Xbox gaming service for everyone. Like people have to understand. Yes, we're putting valid points in regards to what us, the panel members, we want to see Xbox do for our entertainment. Yes, we want to see new IPs. We want to see a better format for Xbox. But if this is the route that they're going with and is actually working for them, we can only go along with what's being provided. Granted, I don't really like what's being done with the Series X as far as content goes, so I'm not really invested into buying the console. I'm more or less going to keep on with my Game Pass subscription through my PC because I know I will be able to play these games day one before the Series X. So I will continue to do that until I see something that's worth buying.
Yeah, they don't really care if you, like I said before, like this. They don't really care if you buy the box. It's just the ecosystem they want you in. Yeah,
it's really just the ecosystem. That's all to it, man.
Yeah.
What did he say? He said somebody had been a good point. He says I think he said Bethesda has a history of relying on modders to fix their games, and that is true.
Yep,
that is true.
That is heavily true.
So that's kind of the slippery slope of this deal, right? Where Microsoft can't really afford with. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't have like the games releasing in buggy form and then going, "Hey guys, we'll get to you shortly."
We need quality control.
And then you need quality control, and that's because their name's on it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the face now. They're in front of them. So they got to make sure that stuff is on par. I do agree with that. He said Ubisoft was
and
his
kudos
true
to
self in the
Microsoft for getting
PS2 era.
Bethesda. They're finally competing somewhat to a sense.
Yeah,
It's not a bad deal.
It's a good thing.
Really
I see nothing but a good thing about that, because imagine if Amazon got their hands on them.
Bro, that would have been crazy.
That would have been bad.
And Amazon, and talking about competitors, right? Notice that the competition was Sony, but now is moving towards Google and Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right
Because
now,
they got the games that can really push that service in xCloud now. You know what I'm saying? Before they didn't have them. They relied heavily on what? Third-party deals and third-party type of bundle type of things to get it into Game Pass. Now they have some legit games that got some appeal. Doom by itself has a lot of appeal, and I'm just going strictly off of Eternal. That's alone. You know what I'm saying? That alone will push it. Yeah.
Eternal, hands down, Eternal is one of the best Dooms to date. In terms of content, in terms of gameplay. The multiplayer aspect is freaking awesome. Let's start right there. The multiplayer aspect of the game is pretty awesome. You can do pretty much anything you want in the multiplayer. You can blow shit up, you can beat the shit out of people and enjoy it while doing it, which is what quintessentially was Doom back in 1984.
Yeah.
Had it on Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, and so forth, and even on the Sega 32X, you get to blow shit up. You used to buddy up with your friends. Hey, let's have a four player split screen. You have 4 people playing randomly and just blowing shit up. So with Doom, they have something there that they can work on and develop the game a little bit further along with the backing of Microsoft, and it'll actually benefit in the long run down near the line, man.
Okay.
It's a good acquisition.
All right.
Again, if it's going to be a games as a service, that's what Fallout 76 is. That's what I mean. So yeah, it makes sense. That's what the Elder Scrolls game is. That's a games as a
They
service.
definitely gonna have to double up on that if they're gonna stay true with them not going to PlayStation in general. Remember how they kind of said a lot of people is like, oh, they're not gonna go to PlayStation. I mean, $7.5 billion. You know what I'm saying? You have to see what a return on your. Well, no, it's not just that. When you make a huge acquisition like that, you want to see what a return on your investment. Yeah, you want to see a return on your investment.
Yeah, what they want is the people who have PlayStations to go get Game Pass via PC or something else. But your whole thing on Amazon is correct, because Amazon's service, I believe, is working on Android and Apple.
Yeah, that's kind of what they want. Now, obviously, Sony is not going to budge. Yeah, Sony's not going to budge and put their games on, it's not going to budge and put Game Pass on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Allow that to happen. Yeah. They're not going to let that happen.
It might. You never know. They've already approached them once.
One or two things is going to happen. One or two things are going to happen. Either Microsoft, legit, is going to put those games, obviously in Game Pass. We know that's going to be the case. They're going to be there day one. But are they going to maintain this third-party type of multi-plat approach they did before, and they'll put them on PlayStation and every other platform? Now, granted, if you look at it, there's like a pie chart. I forgot to download it, but it was a pie chart of how the market is flowing, right? So you have console gaming and in one small portion, and then you have mobile, then you have PC, and you have it's one more thing, streaming. Microsoft is literally at this point in this bigger, this bigger margin because of subscription, streaming, and the PC thing they're doing with Game Pass. So I'm saying, more than likely, they probably might put it on PlayStation as well. Probably. I'm not gonna hold. I wouldn't hold my. I wouldn't hold my ground on this. But
depending now, this is depending on what type of deal are they willing to cut for.
That's the thing too. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day. Bullshit talks.
Money talks.
Money talks and bullshit walks a marathon. You're right about that.
Yeah.
So,
that is
but no, I
just gotta wait and see, man.
This is a good topic. This was definitely a great topic. Good job. So all right. So let's move from the Xbox that we said all it needs to be said about Xbox there. Not bad at all. Not a bad start so far for what we've got. Not a bad start. Now let's get into something that's gotten a little bit of. Can you really say controversy? I mean,
controversy is this thing on.
It's got a. Oh, shut up! it's got this mixed reaction. I wouldn't say controversy, but it's got this mixed reaction. I'm actually gonna put it on the screen for you guys. Hold on, but let me see. Do I have the screenshots still? I should still have them. But we're gonna call. Let's see. Does Big Cloud still have them? I should have them because I don't really delete anything.
Are you talking about those pictures? Oh, wasn't that phenomenal?
Yeah, it looked phenomenal.
I can't believe and all these people bitching and moaning look moist as hell for complaining. Well, they shouldn't be charging for this. Shit.
Okay.
I
charged
$90 to play that game.
So here's the original. You already know. That's the original for Spider-Man. PS4. It's a good game. You guys already played it. You already know the situation. Fantastic. What we got with Peter Parker, it was great. Yuri Lorenthrow's performance as the actual voice actor, again, great. But now we have a brand spanking new look, and this is the new route for the PlayStation 5. And I'm not going to lie, man, when I first saw this, I saw elements of Tom Holland when I first saw it. Let me see if I can find it. What I do with it. I just had it and I lost it. Hold up.
That sounds like me. I'm like, I just had this here, guys.
It happens.
It actually looks good, man. Like the design, like with the original design for the PS4, it worked for it.
There's the new look.
It was the first time we saw a new Spider-Man.
Now that looks night and day. That looks absolutely night and day.
Yeah. Look at the ray tracing.
Dude, that looks night and day different from what we saw. Now, again, looking at this, comparing it to the one with the original, I'm not going to front. This one right here does look like it has elements, right? It's like they fused the actor from the voice acting situation, right, from that side, and Tom Holland. He does kind of look like Tom Holland, and honestly, I can see why people are divided. Me personally, I think it looks good for what it is. I do think it looks good for what it is. I do think it will look a lot better.
It's a remaster of the game.
Yeah, I think it will look a whole lot better though when we get into the official sequel. That way it'll be, they'll have more time to actually tone that stuff all the way. But for what you guys are seeing here with the ray tracing in the back, the lights, the dynamic lighting through the hair, it looks good. Come on, y'all can't front. This does look like a next gen leap in visuals, and I do appreciate what they've done. Let me actually make this smaller so I can put it up.
This as well, because how are they doing ray tracing with RDNA 1?
That was debunked, sir.
We don't know, Craig.
I have not got that answered yet. I'm still looking. I may have to bust some cheeks on Monday. I don't know.
Bro, it's custom chips, man. Remember. Custom chips, hot chips.
Hot chips, yeah.
Y'all still want that? Oh, no.
Well, no, I like this, but I assume you got more pictures of some more screenshots. But I'm hearing it's RDNA 3, Messina. That's what I'm hearing. We got some RDNA 3. Oh, cool. How'd you do that? So I didn't learn how to do that. So, but see, I like this on the bottom on the left. It says captured on PS5. That's the main thing that I look at. So.
Yeah.
What happened?
There you go. No, we're just getting into the comparison of the actual game. What really sold the deal for me, aside from obviously if you're torn on the Spider-Man, Peter Parker look, guys, this is what sold me on the game even further. Honestly,
I'll go after you, guys.
Yeah, I'm just putting the screenshots on the game. Go ahead, give your opinion on the Peter Parker look.
Listen. You guys are complaining. Look, I don't care. I know there's a lot of people, it's unpopular opinion, but I'm telling you, the new version of Spider-Man looks like a real human being. Oh, he looks too young. Listen, go shave your face and tell me how young you look. Okay? Number one. Number two.
Peter Parker is pretty young, man.
Bro, he's only 27 or something. Like, relax. Like, how young do you want it? Anyway, the facial, look at his face, look at the lips, look at the hair, look at the eyebrows. Everything looks better. The other thing I'm going to say to you, right? This is why I don't like this. This is why I don't like what y'all are doing right now, because
lips.
If Sony would have just bumped the fucking frame rate and just did a resolution bump, y'all would have said, "Oh my God, see, they're charging $20 for just a resolution bump, right?" But no, Sony goes, they change all the assets, they change the villains, the bad guys, they change everything. They change all the textures out, and now y'all want to complain because they actually put in work for the fucking version. I don't get it.
No, I'm with you, Blaze. I'm tired of these.
And the voice actor is the same, by the way. It's still going to be the same audio.
And meanwhile, we're praising Microsoft because they're up-resing their old game.
Yeah, and these millennials want everything for free because they ain't got no money. Like, if you're complaining about the games being $70, even though CNET and CNBC Business and Fox Business said months ago that the next generation of consoles, you're going to see the $70 cup. It's going to be getting passed around the church. They already said this months ago. We said it here. The games are going to be going up. I remember Big Cloud specifically saying games are going to be getting $70 this coming generation. So bottom line is that,
and I got crucified for it, by the way.
Yeah,
not only that, Craig. Remember back when we used to have special base bundle games?
Yeah.
I don't know. Set collectible items, statues, banners, whatever, right? People were forking up $110 for those collectibles, right? $150 for those collectibles. So
I
now
had to
that the game is
legit
going
go
to be
through like
$70,
5 things of pictures to find these. Sorry.
I believe you.
Now,
Nah,
going into correlation to that, right? Why is the price being such a thing when you guys really go pay for special edition base? That's the give and take. If you're gonna go into a hobby, right? It's just like building cars. It gets expensive every single. The more you invest into your craft, the more better it's gonna look, right? So when you start buying newer games, guess what? The development companies are gonna raise up their prices because they want to pay a little bit more to the development team, meaning that they're gonna get better equipment and they're gonna get better techniques to give you newer games. So $70 is not a steep price. I would understand if it went from 60 to, let's say, $80 or $90. But that right there, I'll be like, you know what? No, that's too much. But a $10 increase for how long? For almost like what, 15, 20 years? That's not really that much of a big gamble. It really.
Well, that, but it's these sorry ass millennials who want everything for free. And look, let me make this clear. I don't want to pay for nothing. Everybody that comes to my channel knows nothing. Nada. P.O. Can't afford the O and the R. But I'll be good goddamn if somebody puts in the work like Blaze just said. They put in all new. It's like it's a brand new game.
It's legit new. It feels new from start to finish.
Yeah. And you'll be able to play this next month. And I'm jealous of all you all that secured the bag because I couldn't secure the bag. Next month you will be able to play this, okay? Yeah. And I'll be mad. I'll be honest. I'll be mad. I'll be playing Mass Effect, so I won't be as mad as I should be. But I'm one of the majority of people who did not get one. Yeah. Okay, so you all be happy that you have
the same boat, Craig. So let's I gotta wait till next year.
Yeah, next year. I mean, it's not that I got a couple. I got a log in the fire. Well, 1 or 2 maybe, but maybe some things work out. But as of right now, that who knows? Who knows? I mean, this just broke. Is that the commander in chief is on his way to the hospital with a fake virus called.
Let's not get into that. Anyway, let's get back to this breakdown. So again, sorry, that took a minute to find these pictures. Okay, so obviously Peter, you see the difference between Peter from the original at the bottom to the PS5. You guys got the official looks like with the real-time lighting, the new assets, everything on the screen. He looks like a legit real person. Now, what I do love about what they've done this time around is what the actual suit itself. If you guys look on the left, this is also from the PlayStation 5 in the upper left. This is actually them using ray tracing, as you guys can see it throughout the city. There's actually another screenshot I forgot to download for you guys, but it was showcasing it at night, and he was like swinging through the cars, and it showed his reflection in between the cars. Not gonna lie, it looks fantastic for what they've done here. So that's pretty cool. I do love the fact that they're also bringing back the amazing Spider-Man prototype suit from the first film that happened there. So that was cool. That's also been confirmed for the game, and you guys see that in all its glory. It looks even more cooler. It looks legit like fabric. So obviously they're stepped their game up. Of course, Spider-Man 2 is going to be a new story when we look at this, but I mean, shit, it's night and day. Obviously, what you guys think? I mean, is this like is this your ideal?
Well, I would ask you about the Spider-Man story because you platinum it, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you. What the part where you played the Black Cat DLC, where he's singing through the city, he's swinging through the city, thinking that he could be a baby daddy. That's worth playing the game anyway.
Oh, bro,
okay?
bro. I mean, you see what they did to Peter. Now think about what they're gonna do to Black Cat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you may want to.
All the bullying.
You guys kill me with this.
I'm
man.
just saying, Felicia
guys
might get a.
kill
Well, we just being real. Felicia might get a new model too.
Game, he thought he could be a baby daddy. That's why Spider-Man was in my bottom 10. Now he's my second favorite hero because he might be a baby daddy.
I can't win, bro, because y'all would have, like I said, y'all would have said, yo, wow, what a lazy remaster for $20.
Right,
that is true. If it was just a frames per second bump, everybody be like, that's not worth $20 at all. That should have been more.
What about let's talk about something, right?
Oh, thank you. Brittany Messina said it to me. Thank you, Miss Messina.
Are we ever gonna get a second? Well, probably infamous game coming out from Sucker Punch.
They teased it. It was like I did a video on it a while ago. There was like a screenshot of electricity, like a guy with his fist into the ground. There was electricity everywhere.
Listen, by the way, Sucker Punch. I don't know if you guys ever seen that leaked gameplay of the game they were supposed to make.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like a stealth. It was like a stealth like game.
Assassin's Creed type joint. It looked dope as fuck. But you can see they had similar animations from Ghost in this game. But what I'm saying is, Infamous is cool, man. But honestly, I might be in the minority, but I'm not missing Infamous right now. Like, give me more Ghost or give me some new shit. You know what I mean? I'm good with that. Ghost
is so good. I'm in love with that game. I love that game. I mean, I'm mad that people didn't tell me how good it was. This is it's like a combination of Tenchu and ninja stuff, and Shogun. It's great. So it is so good. That may win Game of the Year. I think Game of the Year is I'm going to vote for Final Fantasy VII, but it's we'll have to wait and see.
If you're into the Kurosawa films, especially Satoichi, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima will hit a nice little space in your heart.
Oh, yeah, it's a great game. But no, you're right. I mean, first things first, guys. You're looking on your screen right now. That's RDNA 1. Okay, according to D-Batch and Post Up, this is RDNA 1 with ray tracing. So, which I still can't believe we get RDNA 1 that does ray tracing. But
first of all, who'd you say confirmed that?
That would be D-Batch and Post Up.
Okay, right. So do me a favor. Hold on. D-Batch and Post Up.
Facts.
Right. So how about we yeah.
Canadian Con Man and the Flat Earther Believer. Nah, bro. Let's cut that.
Listen,
you all say so.
Who the fuck? No offense to D-Batch or Post Up. No offense to these dudes, but who the fuck are they to confirm anything? Hold on. They look at a picture and say, "Oh, man. That's that." Who the fuck?
They're insiders.
Stop
They're
it,
insiders,
man.
bro.
Well, that's not my fault. That's what they said. I mean, this they gotta take. I'm just repeating the message. But I like what I'm seeing. My point is that I love what I'm seeing. The suit textures and stuff like that. So I'm liking that.
Sony got the talent, man, and it shows with every generation of their games. They have talent. It's always been there.
Yeah. Well, this is amazing. No pun intended for Spider-Man. That looks great, and I'm gonna stop looking at it because I'm getting mad that I don't have this. So,
bro, look at the white truck. You see the white truck in the gray car right underneath the armpit? Look at it.
Yeah.
1-to-1, bro. This shit's anyway. Even if it's not perfect, it's enough to trick your brain saying, "Wow, You get more immersed with that shit. I remember some dude was telling me, this Xbox guy, saying, "Oh, there ain't that many reflection on cars. There ain't that many." All right, first of all, go wash your car, you dirty bastard. Number one, because my car reflects. What are you talking about? Number two, go type in Google car reflections. Go do it. And see how many
you're
cars.
Gonna see a whole lot of bro. Once you, I mean, when you're comparing life images and you compare those to those games, you're gonna see a lot of similarities in rendering techniques with ray tracing. Like,
are you sure? Because this is I'm just saying it's RDNA. I see Messina in the chat saying it's RDNA 2.1, but not according to them. Just like I'm looking at this report about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's going to be 4K 60 on PS5. I don't know how how is that possible on RDNA 1?
Bro,
okay, so I
why?
You're gonna have to ask the developers. You're gonna have to ask the developers.
It's not my fault. I'm telling you, this is what it said.
Craig, please, bro. Oh my God, bro. Not today, Craig, dog. Damn.
All right. Well,
RDNA 1. All I know is RDNA. Our fucking games look better. Our games are better.
True. I'm not denying that.
This could be DNA R32. It don't fucking matter. All these weird numbers and teraflops don't matter. It don't equal into quality exclusives. That's the fucking whole point I'm trying to make to y'all. It don't fucking matter because Sony's gonna pump out quality first party exclusives that you can't play anywhere else. Period.
That is true.
That is true. What if somebody picks up the IP from Legend of Legaia, just remakes that series? That would be awesome.
I don't know why it's not moving. What is done?
Hey, they need to look into a lot.
What?
Hey, girlfriend. Oh, little puppy. They can't see the camera though, big cloud. Don't forget. Only weekend.
Cause y'all buy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cause you go.
Who is that?
Later on.
Somebody behind you.
Let's get that.
Oh man.
God.
Yo, who's that, big cloud?
Right.
Big cloud. Who is that?
Hey, who was that?
Who is that?
That's just funny as hell.
Put on your headphones. Who is that?
All right, what's up?
Who is that? Answer the question.
That would be my sister. She bought this.
Oh, how old is your sister, dog?
She older than you might think.
Shit, where you look at, Atlanta? Pull up and say what's up.
Nah, she brought the dog in here, and this damn thing is y'all want to see her finally?
Yeah, show the puppy.
Hold on, let me see her. Come here. Stop acting funny. Stop it. Yeah, she's for those of you that kept asking me on Twitter, she's a Palmer poodle. Hold up, let me put it on the screen.
Okay, a lap dog.
Pretty much. Now she's like a little too playful. All right. How do I switch this? I forgot my.
Just go to the Discord.
No. I forgot to switch to the chat thing. Here we go. Okay, I'm here. I'm holding you. There she is.
Oh,
there she is. Hey, say hi. Look at the people. Look at the camera.
She's like, yeah, I don't want to be in the camera.
Come on. She's a baby, so she's acting real grabby. Hold up. I gotta switch it back. You wanna get down? All right, you can get down. Jesus Christ. The dog was scratching at my door this whole time. They let her in. And she's like, oh, she wanted you. You want the dog. I'm like, not really. Oh, my bad, guys. My HDR is on. It's another thing I get used to is turning off my HDR.
I'll show you something how to.
Can't show me.
When you record. Plus, I could tell when you recorded it. No, okay, we'll keep having a bright screen. Now, don't ask me after the podcast, yo, Blaze. So how do you do that? Don't ask me. Nope.
I mean,
unless you say sorry.
I mean, you gonna tell me anyway.
You gotta say sorry.
Y'all
hear this? Now I got
We're
now
experiencing technical difficulties, ladies.
Technical difficulty? What are you talking about? Come here.
We hear you good.
Come here. Okay.
That dog's gonna take a poop right there. It's gonna be in 4K.
That'd be funny if she did, and it'd be in 4K glory live for you guys.
She's like, I want your attention.
She always does that. Like she'll jump on my bed. She woke me up. She like bit my damn nose, like gnawed on my nose to wake me up.
Man, my cat.
There she goes again in all her non HDR glory. Just want to show her again. She's a Palmer poodle.
What's her name?
It's called Honi. Honi. Honi.
Okay.
Which is Hawaiian for something. Forgot.
That means I'm drunk in wine.
It means she couldn't think of a name, so she made some shit up.
Speaking of drunk, I gotta go top this off.
Let's get into the last topic so we can shut this show down. PS5 hands-on is supposed to be happening this weekend. They're going to basically be doing what they did with the Xbox, with the insiders and whatnot. They're going to be selecting a few select YouTubers, and they're going to be showcasing the UI. I guess the backlog of what they're going to be allowed to play, as well as showcasing the DualSense and a few other features. So it's going to happen supposedly this weekend. What you guys expecting? Are you expecting the smart resume, quick resume feature, something like that? Okay.
Yeah, I would expect that. I would expect that in terms to showcase something from the console, because we've seen the console, but we haven't seen it in action per se. So yeah, finally something to talk about.
Yeah, I just want to see the UI, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't see the UI. We still have not seen that UI, which is incredible. But supposedly we'll get that, so that'd be cool. What else you guys want to see? Any other games? No gameplay?
Returnal. I want to see some gameplay from Returnal. I want to see at least something from Kenna.
You hear her whining? She's like sleepy. You want to lay down? Come here.
Kenna. Let me see what else. Oh, Astrobot, because I know they have gameplay for that. Sackboy. We're gonna definitely see that. And a few more titles that I want to see. I know there's still like a lot of work in progress with certain titles, but at least show us some demo gameplay for those set titles at least. Yo, Blaze, what you looking forward to, bro?
I want to see the UI, man. I just want to see the controller, Bro, I just want the console to come out, bro.
What about you, Mr. BitCloud Gaming? What do you want to see?
UI. Definitely want to see that fast SSD in action. Definitely got to see how fast this system is and all that jazz. I'm about to kill this damn dog. You guys can see in my face, but I mean, not much else I really need to see. I mean, I'm sold on the damn thing. I bought the damn thing as fast as I could. But UI will be cool.
Yo, Blaze, you wanna run some old school SOCOM?
I do. Well, I don't have a PlayStation 2 though.
All you need is a laptop or a computer and get on Xlink, and you can still play right now.
Because I still got I got my 3 copies plus and then part.
I thought you were capping. I thought you were just lying. Like, look at this fake SOCOM fan. You don't even know what he's talking about. And then you showed me all.
Bro, I had.
He got the
know what's the funny part?
He got all the discs.
I know you showed me. I know. I didn't know though, because I hear it all the time. Oh, I'm a SOCOM fan, and then I'm like, yeah.
I had Bravo Team 1 and Bravo Team 2 on the
Fire Team Bravo. Yep.
What is that?
Unfortunately, I actually had to my PSP went kaput on me, so I had to I gave those games away to a close friend of mine. He enjoyed them to the very end, and then soon to find out that he actually sold those games on eBay for dirt cheap too. So I'm pretty tight, but I might go back into looking into buying me a PSP again, and then buying some of the older games that just to collect them again.
You know what I got that would probably make you jealous unless you have. I think you have. I don't know. I got the fat box SOCOM 2 sealed, not even opened, with the headset inside it, brand new.
Yo, you know what, bro? I'm gonna leave the discussion right now.
Bro, I swear. Bro, and it was only like $30.
That brings back memories. That brings back memories. I remember when it first came out, it was like $55 for the fucking box. $55.
Yo, shout out to SOCOM. Every time they released a SOCOM game, it came out with a fucking headset. You remember Confrontation? If you bought it, it came out with a little.
Man.
It came out with a little Bluetooth headpiece, and then that's what they made the mistake with SOCOM 4. They gave you the little dildo gun, light gun. If they were doing the move.
Yo, that was so horrible, bro.
That was
Like, I
so
didn't
bad
even
for
want to buy
SOCOM.
that.
That was so bad, man.
Buy it. I just bought the game just to play it because I know it was gonna be something somewhat fun to play. But that one for the PS3 version, they really didn't really.
Bro, SOCOM 4 was bad, man.
That shit was.
It wasn't a bad.
Man.
It wasn't a SOCOM game. That's it. If they would have called this something totally different, whatever. But the fact that they call it SOCOM,
they kind of went the same route as the damn what game, Ghost Recon. They kind of like copied the Ghost Recon.
I just let the damn dog out the room and she couldn't get past my shoes because my shoes are so big. So she had to climb over my shoe.
Yo, but yeah, you're right. No, they copied Call of Duty. They try to copy so many fucking.
Bro, like I just want a good SOCOM game again, if ever it should happen.
Yo, there's no tactical shooters out there, Carlos. Name me one, like a third person.
America's Army, and that shit is like it's pretty decent. It's not.
That's on PS4.
It's on PS4, yeah. America's Army.
Oh no, bro.
He ain't gonna copy. You stop.
I'm not. Free. It's a free.
He ain't gonna copy it anyway.
He ain't gonna play it.
He ain't gonna play it.
That's
now
first
you can do
person.
third person view.
So
man, I played it. It's a good. It's not bad, but come on, I'm talking about SOCOM, bro. Third person strictly. Period.
Yeah.
Like give you a little taste of a tactical.
The only thing that we have is Ghost Recon, bro. As far as
I've been wanting to try that out. That Recon joint.
Yeah, it's pretty good,
Rainbow Six as well.
It's pretty good. Rainbow Six Siege, yo, bro. Talk about epic kills, man.
I need to check that out. Look into that on the Rick. Well,
you might want to do it on PC though, bro.
Obviously, you know I'm not. I ain't doing that shit no more. No. You're in. We'll talk about that off here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This episode 132. Show was fun as hell. It was fire. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button. If there's any questions you guys want to ask, go ahead and just put them in the chat. We'll answer them real quick. But I had fun, man. I hope you guys had fun. Shout out to Meds who couldn't make it because he took a special mental day, but he'll be back next week. And of course, everybody that was here. Of course, you got the serial killer at my top right here, Mr. Blaze 4K, looking mentally calm right now in his chair. And of course, you got Carlos and we got the Messiah. I'm gonna let everybody do their outros though, and we're gonna definitely shut it down. Shout out to the Rock City Boy. He says, do you think PS5 will have something like quick resume? Yes, since they have a faster SSD, I expect something like that. And keep in mind,
PS4 sound like that right now. Yeah. Y'all don't. What's it called, man?
Quick resume. There's quick resume. Smart
resume. Got it right now. Like I remember doing it with Killzone. You could shut off the game and then boot it right back up, and it would.
Yeah, but he's talking about like the Xbox where you can have multiple applications or applications.
Yeah. I'm saying, but like that's. What I'm saying, if they did something similar with PS4,
instant resume, instant resume. Yeah. There you go. And so yeah, I do think they'll have that. They'll have their own iteration of it. It'll be just as fast, if not faster. Remember, they're rocking a faster architecture, so I expect a lot of stuff on the UI to be even quicker and pleasant than what we saw.
It's a cool feature, Big Cloud, but really, like, do you have ADD where you're like, Ratchet and Clank? Never mind. Spider-Man. Actually, never mind. Like,
it's cool. I would say it's dope. It is like incredible for a feature. If you're a streamer and let's say you like one of those types that like, let's say your show, you build your stream around 3 games, right? So one game is, let's say, is Call of Duty and it's a Call of Duty day. And then let's say you're having a bad day in Call of Duty and you're like, guys, I'm not feeling COD. Let's jump to this game. And you can do that on the fly without having to shut down, the whole stream. That's the beauty of it. So that's a cool thing.
We got more than capable hardware for next year. See what happens.
Yeah. Saw a pad on the website, something about pad. Yeah, so yeah. That seems about right. That'd be in there.
All right, let's go to my co-host, Big Cloud Gaming. Big Cloud, give you outro, bro.
Co-host, you son of a bitch. Okay. He's going to kill Carlos on this work. All right, well, guys, thank you guys again for showing up. We had a blast. Let's go ahead and do these outros. Of course, you're going to start with the angriest dude on the damn podcast. You can just look at his evil face. You know what he kind of looks like? He kind of looks like Miguel from Tekken before he does that one-hit punch, don't he? In that corner right there.
Wow.
Look like Miguel hit you with that one-hit quitter. Go ahead, Blaze. Actually, no, I'm going to do you last. We get you last. Let's go with Carlos Fernandez. Because, Carlos ready to go. He bored as hell. Doing a karate sign.
No, I'm not bored today. Today I got time. People. Hey, it's a pleasure being on this panel with like-minded individuals. My boy Big Cloud, my boy Blaze, and the one that's in the corner right here with the Corona thing, my boy Craig. I missed you, man. You've been out for a while. But with that being said,
I work every other
catch me
week
on Twitter. Catch me on Twitter at just me and my girls 4. And as always, gamer by choice, not by trend.
You already know, bro. Of course, we got the Messiah. What's up, Craig?
Thanks for having me. Great podcast. I was able to get here this weekend. Like I said, I'll miss next Friday, but I'll be back on the 16th. I think I'm putting my computer in the shop to get its face uplift, as you want to call it. Hopefully I'll be here. If not, I may not put it to the shop until I may not put it to the shop until the 19th. That's probably what I'll remember. But that's it. Thanks for having me. Had great topics. I'm gonna get on off here and catch up on why RDNA 1 is able to do ray tracing. I'm trying to figure that out still.
This man will not let it go. What's up, Salty? Obviously we got the angriest one on the panel, I'm gonna piss him off, guys. I'm gonna do it live. Look, like he's already getting mad. He's already anticipating it. Mr. Blaze, 4. 4K.
I was trying to keep a straight face, bro. You're a fucking clown, bro. Bro, shout out to Sony. Be patient. We got another month. You know what I mean? We got another month, man. Yo, is anybody else checking your pre-order like every day? Like you just go to the website and just look at the pre-order for a little bit and then shut it off? I be doing that every day. I be checking the pre-order, just looking at it.
I think we're good. Like I said, in the first wave, they said the first waves are guaranteed, so you're fine. We got our first wave.
Nah, it was good, man. Like, good podcast, man. I like, you know what's going to be good about this podcast now? We're going to start seeing a lot of new gameplay, new shit come out, so there's going to be a lot more to talk about as we lead up to the console launches. So, hope everybody's being safe and stay blessed. See you next week.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Much love to all of you guys. Shout out to Salty, everybody else in the panel, or everybody in the chat. See you guys next week, and be ready for next week, man. Content's going to be insane. I know I said that last week, and I didn't really upload as much, but, well, I'm going to be possessed, that's for sure, going into next week, because I got a lot to talk about. Shout out to Hustle and Motivate, and, again, you guys, hit that like button. Thank you guys again for watching. You already know, man. Y'all be good.
Sorry, baby.
Word up. Sony is God.